Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Great League team submitted by a subscriber, Z. I'll call him Z. He's definitely submitted before. I'm a player that recently have had difficulty finding motivation to play Go Battle League. Last season, I managed to reach rank 2 in GBL, where I was one rating away from rank 1, and the season before I managed to get a shiny Pika Libre at 3500 ELO. So I no longer have any goals, and with the current state of the game, it's not good enough or fun to me to play. In these battles, I'm using the same team I reached rank 2 last season, and it still seems to work fine in this season. My gameplay is a bit rusty, thanks to a strong and familiar team. I seem to get more wins than losses. Cheers and happy holidays. So yeah, so we're at 2300. They keep saying rank 2 in GBL, whereas one rating away from rank 1. Oh, sorry, rank 2 in GBL. I'm guessing you mean when you say rank 2 in GBL. I think you mean the leaderboard, because before I managed to get a shiny Libre and reach 3500 ELO. So 3500 ELO is like top of leaderboard. Rank 2 is probably rank 2 on the leaderboard. So clearly, I think a very good battler. So we'll see this in action. The team is Dunsparce, Marowak, and toxapex. So I think it's a pretty balanced team. I think Marowak can act as a safe swap. But we'll see what you roll out if you see like a because going straight into a poison with a fighter on the lead would be interesting, but we'll see what happens. Okay, Altaria lead. We see Feraligatr safe swap, staying in, taking the resisted Shadow Claws, and then going for the Drowan, and then I'm guessing we're going to get into toxapex here. Yeah, so grab a shield too, so that's actually great. So right off the bat, let me actually stop this for like because there's probably going to be a lot of stuff in here that is really good that I think the average person probably would not think about. So I'm going to explain them all. You have a really strong matchup with toxapex. So usually when you see those super strong matchups, I always say go into that matchup immediately. So they came in for Alligator, but stayed in with Dunsparce. Now, I think the reason they stayed in with Dunsparce is a normal typing. So you're actually double resisting the claws. So you're still chipping them while just taking double resisted claws, being able to do chip damage. They threw Drowan. I think you can do with or without Drowan, because I don't know if Poison Jab can farm down from this range. But you grabbed a shield, sorry. So I think they're at that point they were like grabbing a shield, which they did, or chipping it. And if they chipped it with the Drowan, they could have just Poison Jab down the rest. So they could have kept alignment no matter what. But grabbed a shield. Now coming into the toxapex to just absorb those hydro cannons, which we again took so many resisted moves on the Dunsparce, so we're just eating these hydro cannons with ease. Going Sludge Wave just to ensure Brian's a bad move and resisted, so just grab that second shield or take this out. So taking that out, and we have a more Peko in the back. So this is looking like pretty hard countered essentially. Let this go, come in Marowak as a ground to beat this, and then you have Dunsparce as a rollout user for the Altaria. So this is a pretty easy matchup here. So slapping this, yeah, just shield this. This is like one of your only sort of lose cons is letting this hit and letting them get some damage on the Dunsparce. But yeah, otherwise, alignment, piece of cake. On to the next one. Gyarados is again a good lead. It's weak to rock, so they are staying in. So we will obviously stay in. They tried to catch, and they come in with Furret. Now Furret is a weird one because it has Brick Break. I know that for sure because I've used it in a thing. So that lowers your defense. And now it's sort of a... Can they lower your defense enough, or are they just going to let it go? They just let it go. The Sucker Punches are adding up. That Mud Slap did take this down to 1 HP, but just shielding up the Brick Break just in case. Yeah, because Brick Break plus the Sucker Punch may have taken you out before you took them out. And wanting to keep alignment on the Gyarados. And I think almost throwing blindly there. Not that it matters, you only get to one move, but basically throwing blindly, and now you have toxapex in the top left. Yeah, toxapex on a zoom roll is just an instant domination move there. So holy great leads. Another flying type Pokemon, this one a Dragonite. The Dragon Breath is adding up, and they try to catch as well, and getting into the Marowak where the rollout is resisted. So any ground type Pokemon is going to have a good time against Dunsparce, resisting the rollouts and then non-stab drill run is the best they can do. So both 3-turn moves, doesn't really matter when you throw this Bone Club. So throwing the Bone Club takes it to the yellow, and going to then win CMP on the next one here to take this out or grab a shield. So do take it out. The Dragonite comes back in. Worried that we're not going to get to a move, and we don't get to a move. So now Dragonite will have a move coming out. So we're just going for the full rollout through, trying to get some energy. Respecting the superpower, it is just a Dragon Claw. Going to throw right away. There's no point of doing another rollout. Like, let's just get the move off. It's only one turn on their end, and they shield, which means they're going to get to a superpower. And they just won CMP. So it's kind of a miscalculation there. I think, like, once they... Oh, just another Dragon Claw. Well, maybe it's not a miscalculation. Maybe they just threw Dragon Claw. But now they just grabbed your last shield, and it is a Drapion in the back, and they're just hoping that they can out-spam you here. And they will get to the crunch, probably enough to take you out from a shadow. And now they have a shield advantage against your toxapex, and now they're just going to probably outpace you too, because now the crunches are going to come pretty quickly, and they have a shield on your brine, and your brine's pretty slow to get to. So I think they should just be able to outpace you here. So I think the Dragonite matchup, maybe what I would have done differently, me as a scrub talking to a 3500 ELO player, is just like, once they got off, once they like baited that Dragon Claw, it kind of seemed like they were going to outpace you anyways. So maybe I would have committed to the, instead of CMP in there, just committed to the rollout down and just coming out with a crap ton of energy, down shields, but with like a ton of energy to really put pressure on the other Pokemon. Okay, Dunsparce mirror match. So, yeah, we're just going to stay in this matchup, roll out, see who wins CMP, see what happens here. I don't think there's a point of catching and giving up switch, but we'll just see how this plays out here. So they landed a drill run, you landed a drill run. Here comes your second drill run. Puts them into the yellow. I'm guessing here comes their second drill run, one and throw, yeah. So here comes their second. And now we finally get to see who wins CMP here. And notice you're going the rock slide, assuming a catch. So that is actually really, like, that's so smart. So you both been drill running each other, knowing that it takes you to the yellow. The yellow's low enough that a rock slide will take them out. So the only way they're going to try and catch something is if they're going to try and catch if drill run is resisted. So throwing a rock slide there, ensuring that if they try and catch, which they did on a jump bluff, is not a resisted drill run because that which you threw the first 2 times. So throwing the rock slide, landing it on the jump bluff for super effective damage, and now getting the toxapex in here, doing super effective poison jabs. Just a deadly combo there. Acrobatics lands, but jump bluff is so tanky. Getting to your own sludge wave just to take this out. Not wanting to take, because you're not, one drill run will not take out from here. But if you let them hit you with another move, then it would take out. But shielding up a drill run anyways, maybe trying to, my guess is seeing that maybe there's something weak in the back to toxapex, like a fairy or something. Or a fighter, right? Because they caught on a jump bluff. That catch at the beginning seemed to be unnecessary. And so burning 2 shields there to now get toxapex on the Poliwrath, and then banking the move, going to see how much damage this Mudslap Bone Club can do. Hopefully putting it just in double brine range as opposed to having to do it. And they do shield up a Bone Club. If this is Scald, this will one-shot. Which means then you can just go Sludge Wave here on your toxapex because they burn the last shield. And there we go. And then you Poison Jab the Dunsparce. Avalugg, holy smokes. Okay, so an Avalugg in the Great League has ice moves. Okay, and they try and catch as well into a Gastrodon. Chipping here because you don't have an amazing answer to Gastrodon. At best, you have Marowak. So we do get the drill run off, and now once we get the drill run off, then you can come in here and just take it with Marowak. So that is why we threw the drill run, because we don't have a good answer in the back to Marowak. To Gastrodon. So they baited, which means this is another body slam coming. So at this point, I think you maybe just want to commit to the full farm down. And we do. And Avalugg gets to move. Going to commit the second shield only because we have 2 moves here. So here comes the first Rock Slide, which is super effective from a Shadow Marowak. So may grab the shield. And here comes the second one. So again, normally I would say never shield that, but having 2 Rock Slides that hit super effective, getting both the shields back immediately is well worth it. Now they may try and catch here, but get to the Rock Slide. This, I have no idea. Avalugg. Ooh, got some bulk to it. Does not take out. Again, I have no idea what this moveset is. I have no idea how much it hurts. Avalanche takes Dunsparce to the red, trying for the rollout down. Simultaneous KO. What's in the back? Toxapex against a Clodsire. So that is a top left. Clodsire with Earthquake just going to be able to outbeat us with ease there. Safe swap on your opponent's end to Starmie. And again, not really having a great answer. Toxapex with the super effective Psy Waves would be rough. And Marowak having to take water moves would be rough too. So we're just staying in this matchup because honestly, it's probably the best thing that we can look at here. So getting the draw run off, they shield. These Psy Waves are adding up. That rollout did go through, so I think it's worth the shield than just trying to farm down and come out with some energy here. So that's exactly what happens. Farm down. It is a Diggersby. So yeah, you have to stay in this matchup because you need to align Marowak on this thing. Because you do not want the Toxapex on this. So getting 2 draw runs off on the Dunsparce, which is really nice. And again, we're just going to let this go down. We have to just stand there to get the Marowak alignment here. Scorching Sands is still neutral, but at least it's not super effective like it would be on Toxapex. So neutral does hurt. And they do have a lot of energy, so they'll get to another move. Okay, well, at least we get a Bone Club off. So this won't take out, but it'll put him low enough that it's okay. And now, do you commit the shield and take it out? And that's yes. This one's kind of borderline. You can do whatever you want, I think, in this situation. But it is a Charm Ninetails on the lead, so Toxapex able to just easily take that. Greninja. Ooh, Greninja's going to be kind of tricky because it's very spammy and very hard hitting. You are also pretty spammy and you have a 3-turn move, so you're going to get a rollout every time. So that's maybe not the worst case scenario. Just going for this first drill run. Probably does not take them out. No, they're in the yellow, which means they're going to outpace you here too. So now it's decision time. So using the first shield on a Night Slash. So now getting to the drill run, but they're probably going to be able to shield and just get to another move and take switch if they want. And that's what they're going to do. So, and you are not allowing those two. So you are really, seems like focusing that alignment with your team is important. And out comes a Diggersby. So Diggersby is definitely the toughest for us because it resists the rollout and the Rock Slide here and resists the Poison Jab and Sludge Wave on your Toxapex. And just neutral Marowak at best. So just staying in here and throwing the draw runs. But again, this is not a comfortable Pokemon to see. They'll probably get a Fire Punch off before because they don't want to take a third drill run for no reason here. Thing is, this is loaded, but Shadow Marowak should be able to chip with some slaps. They'll get at least 1 Scorching Sands, probably close to 2, honestly. So there's 1. I'm guessing, oh, and the attack fall and a catch on a jump bluff. Nice catch. So how much are we going to farm with Toxapex here? Because we need energy coming out because we just dumped all our energy there. So we're going to need to burn some. Energy Ball goes through and does chip. Are we going to grab a shield? No, we are going to farm a bit. And this is going to be tricky. That catch was actually huge for them. And we CMP, which is even tougher. Trying to for an undercharge here because you need to come out with energy. And they shield. And the timer's up, so now they come back in with Scorching Sand you out of here. Super effective. And now you need to come into the farm down, but they just may outpace you here. You don't really... Nope, they were going to outpace you, so you kind of have to throw a move. But now it's a race with a jump bluff to a Rock Slide here. And going to get outpaced here to the Rock Slide. So that was a really nice catch on the jump bluff to win this matchup. Air Lace going through to take out. Annihilape lead is terrible. Finally, one we get to see a safe swap. I'm guessing Marowak. Yeah, Marowak is a safe swap. It makes sense. I kind of mentioned multiple times now. Marowak seems very safe. You have coverage for flyers where ground is generally resisted. Just taking the Rage Fist though. Getting off a Bone Club, not enough to take out, but it is enough to chip them low and take them out on the slabs. 1460 to Annihilape is a weird IV CP there. And getting a Bone Club on the Morpeko and getting alignment with Dunsparce. So your opponent really misplaying this. Down shield and down switch is a really bad combo to be in here. I mean, they just burned a shield. I understand they just burnt a shield. So take the Aura Wheel, which will boost their attack, which means they can definitely just go Psychic Fangs here. So getting off a drill run. They do let it go. Can we take it out? Yeah, I do take it out. And what's in the back? Top left is in the back. Clodsire is interesting. I think it's a loss for Dunsparce because the rock is resisted. Even though Dragonite's super effective, it's non-stab, so you need like 3 of them. Yeah, you're gonna need 3 of them. And a couple Earthquakes will take you out, so 2 Earthquakes well before 3 drill runs. So there's the one, just because the Poison Stings are adding up, right? So going for the second drill run, but again, will not take out. So they let it go, and they'll get to another move, and now you are at decision time here. What do you want to do? Going to let it go, hoping it's maybe you'll live. No, you won't live an Earthquake. Maybe it was a Stone Edge, maybe it was a Beat. So slapping down, they'll probably have an answer for this. And there is your Feraligatr, but... So you can either come Toxapex right away here, or play out the next shield matchup here because you had an energy advantage. Yeah, and they mistimed your energy there, so you got a full Mud Slap through. And now you're at the point where because you are at such an energy advantage already, and they misplayed that, you can easily take this in the 2 shield because the slaps just outpace this thing. So you shield and then just take this down and come out with energy. And that's just kind of the Shadow Marowak strength. And they come in and it's a by barrel. So getting off the move here. My guess is we'll probably do 1 or 2 more slaps and then get into Toxapex to take the move. Losing CMP here. I don't know if I love this. I probably just would have caught on the Toxapex here. There's no point of going down there. So yeah, that's why I said 2 and catch. So as you can see, like 95 to 97% of the plays that I'm calling, they're doing. There's just a couple things here and there that I would do differently. Again, I've never hit 3,500. The highest I've ever been was like 33 something. So who am I to tell them what to do? But Goodra going to drill run this. Does chip to 50%, which is nice, which means you'll probably just outpace, especially with that crappy timing there. You'll live a move, just an Aqua Tail, and now because you had energy advantage and they've let a full 3-turn move go through, easy drill run here to take out or grab a shield. Does take out. Now you got alignment still. I mean, alignment still because they had something on the lead that you just stayed in with. I forget. Primeape. Staying in with the Primeape to get a drill run off. I guess you just really want the Toxapex, and I forgot I didn't see what was in the front. I was talking about that, and they actually shielded the Primeape, which is interesting. So now you get the Toxapex, which just resists everything. Well, I mean, not Rage Fist, but it's going to take like 4 Rage Fists to take you out. There's the first one. I would also let the second one go, and then if you want to start shielding up the 3rd and 4th, probably need to shield up. You might actually want to let this go. Man, these moves come fast. Letting the 3rd move go because you kind of had to, but now obviously you need to start shielding up everything on the 4th here and above. And they shield, and we are going to just come in here and slap down, worried that the poison jabs are going to be too slow, and just getting ahead on shield energy here. Do take it out. Top left from your opponent. Lots of top lefts. 2300 range. I'm sure you are going to fly past that very soon. Yeah, so I guess like Diggersby is the toughest for this team, with Rollout and Poison Jab being resisted and Marowak being evenish at best. So just be aware you might need to play with some awkward matchups there. But yeah, otherwise, I think you stay in with almost anything except for a fighter, and Marowak is your safe swap, knowing that in a lot of the situations you can just kind of 2-shield and Mudslap and Bone Club your way out of situations there. And obviously Dunsparce, only weakness is fighting. Toxapex as a poison will beat the fighters. So that is how you play this team. And it's, man, it is night and day. I didn't have to my man once. Like it's truly just night and day when I get these submissions from like legend players versus 2000 players, 2100 players. And I don't want to say I don't get it. Like, I guess it depends how long you've been playing and how much time and effort you put in and stuff like that. Because I've been just like, again, the only reason I'm so good, and I'm not even good, but the only reason I'm so good is because I put in like 50,000 GBL battles over the first like 17 seasons. Because I was playing every single set every single day. So that's why I just got used to the matchups. That's why I know how much this, unless it's like an Avalugg coming in, I otherwise know how much damage each move does because I've played these and I've seen these matchups like hundreds and hundreds of times now. So I just know how much each move does. But those that like, and again, to get to like the 3,500 is insane actually. To get that high is really, really crazy. But I'm just trying to think like, so for those of you who are in the, I actually want to hear from you in the comments below. Those of you who are in like the 2,200 range, who have been watching my channel for a while, like if you're new to the game, like if you are less than 3 seasons playing, don't bother. I get it. If less than 3 seasons means, I mean, comment please. But if you're less than three seasons or less, I get why you don't have that base knowledge yet. But if you're on your 4th, 5th, 6th season and you're still struggling at 2,200, tell me what's up, because I actually don't get it. Like, if you're watching my videos and you've been playing for like 5, 6 seasons, unless you just like don't put any effort in the game, or maybe you're not playing a lot, you're playing like you're just getting to 2,200 and stopping. Maybe I get that. But I've got to imagine that if you take this game even somewhat seriously and you've been playing for minimum 4 seasons, you should be at like 2,500 easy. If you're doing like the battles, right? Like if you only play like 400 games a season, sure. But if you're doing like 1,000 plus 1,200 games a season for like 6 seasons now, and you're not at 2,500, I would love to know what's going on there. Yeah, let me know. I'm just curious, right? Because again, I see, I'm just very, very rambly now, but I've comment on legends that like better than me players, 3,300, 3,500, and in these battles, you can just be like, I can see every play in advance. I know what they're doing. I'm explaining to you why they're doing it because I can see what they're doing. And then I get like 2,200 people who just seem like they have no idea what they're doing, and I just want to know like what is the crazy variation happening here. And again, I can explain a couple things. I can explain like not doing a lot of battles during the seasons. I can explain you're newer to the game, you don't know all the matchups and typings and stuff. But it's just the ones that have been playing for a while that are still like super, super struggling. I'm just curious. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. As I cannot find my mouse seemed to have died there. So now, okay, bye.